Welcome back to CSN News right here on Ed Magik TV. We're here at Wildcard Gym. And Freddie Roach, we're going to talk to him. Hopefully Oscar De La Hoya will be here. But Amir Khan, we're going to be talking to him. We're going to talk about the upcoming fights that are happening right here in Los Angeles and in Las Vegas. Check it out.
It's simple to see, it's Ed Magik TV, so the world can believe it's Ed Magik TV.
Good seeing you, champ.
Thank you very much, man. It's good to be back in LA. I mean, I love being in LA and meet new people and see new faces, and that's what it's all about.
Well, it is. I want to wish you best of luck with Danny Garcia. Of course, you know, boxing is a mind game also, but there's a lot of endurance and there's a lot of obstacles that one has to face. As a professional athlete and through your career, I'm sure you had a lot of obstacles. How were you able to overcome those obstacles? What was the power that enabled you to do that?
I mean, it's all about training hard and being focused and having a strong mindset, really. And with me, I'm one of them guys, you know, who's very focused and who mentally is a very strong guy. And mentally, I'm very strong. You know, nothing gets to me. I'm focused. I train hard when it comes down to it, and nothing can disturb me, really. So that's one of the things, really. But it's all about the training as well, because I train so hard. When I know when I go into the fight, I've not cheated myself, and I know that I'm going to be more than ready. I'm going to be fit, I'm going to be strong, and I'm going to be ready for my opponent. And I know I've trained harder than my opponent.
Now there's two titles. There's a WBC, which Danny has, and then I believe there's a vacant WBA. Is that correct?
The WBA was with me, and before the Lamont Peterson issue happened, and then Lamont Peterson got caught taking drugs, and that title comes back to my next fight. So it's vacated. It's vacant for the next fight against Danny Garcia, and now there will be 2 world titles on the fight. That makes it even more bigger, and it's going to become a unification fight now. So I'm going to be happy to win my old title back and add a new title to my collection, the BC.
Oscar De La Hoya is here, of course, and Oscar's done so much for boxing, and you know, we were talking about good sportsmanship, and there doesn't have to be vulgar language in the business, but I know that there has some on the other side. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you know, I mean, we need people like Oscar and myself to be good role models for the sport of boxing, because, you know, boxing is a sport. I mean, I do the same thing in England. I've got a gymnasium in England where I keep kids off the streets, give them discipline, keep them out of trouble with the police. They end up with boxing, kids start behaving in school. So I think boxing is one of the toughest sports out there and one of the best sports to kind of put someone on a straight path. So on the right path, you know. So I mean, Oscar's doing that as well with the promotion that he's got, the Golden Boy promotions, and it's so good. He's giving a lot of youngsters a chance to make a name in the world and in their lifetime. So I think it's brilliant what he's doing, and you know, I want to follow the same footsteps and do the same.
It seems that boxing is elevating, if you will. I know the UFC has, you know, got their share of their audience, but it seems like boxing is getting better.
It's getting better, you know. Yeah, boxing is definitely getting better. You've got huge names, and boxing is a sport where, you know, if you're not trained, then you're not going to win, and you can never cheat yourself in a boxing fight, because, you know, if you cheat yourself in a boxing fight, then you're not going to win, really, basically. So boxing is a tough sport. That's what makes it so interesting. That's what makes it so good. And styles make different fights. I mean, different styles make different fights, and that's what we all love about it. But yeah, you know, it's I love boxing. I've been doing it since I was 8, and it's always changing. New champions come, old champions go. You can get knocked out. One punch can change a fight. So I mean, it's just a crazy sport.
Your advice to young people out here, as to you know, this day and age, there's a lot of problems with our society, you know, economically and others. What do you tell them?
I mean, the message I can send to young people out there is to stay off the streets, maybe get into sport or something, somewhere where they can divert their energy into something positive, like boxing, for instance. You know, boxing keeps me off the streets. It keeps a lot of other people off the streets, so your parents know where you are, and also, you know, also with boxing, I mean, it gives you discipline. I mean, I think boxing is one of the best sports that gives you discipline. Like I said, it keeps you off the streets, keeps you out of trouble, and keeps you behaved. And, you know, a lot of people think it takes a man to fight on the streets. I mean, boxing teaches you to walk away from fights on the streets. And, you know, and that's what we want. You know, we want society to clean up. And there's a lot of gun crime, knife crimes out there nowadays. I mean, put all them away. You don't want to get involved in all that stuff. Get into a gym and train hard and be focused.
Well, there you have it, right here on Celebrity Scene News, right here on Ed Magik TV. I'm Pete Allman saying keep your visions positive and keep positive people around you. And this is
Amir Khan.